everyone. So I put up on my Instagram and my Twitter and on the YouTube community page. If you don't know what that is, just go to my page and then there's like a community tab at the top. I actually put the tweet that I put out this morning. It's 11:11 by the way as I start doing this, so pretty cool. I put the tweet out that Mercury and Mars are opposite Pluto today. It's very rare that Mercury and Mars being conjunct in Cancer will be opposite Pluto in Capricorn, and the moon is also in Capricorn. And Saturn is also in Capricorn as well. And so what does this mean? That was the tweet that I put out on all, like I wanted to kind of get everybody's attention and let you know that this is kind of a day where people are going to be really standing up for themselves, and possibly even standing up for people who are able to stand up for themselves. So like, you're really going to want to root for the underdog. You're really, and people who are just full of rage and anger anyways may lash out for absolutely no reason. I feel like women are really going to be standing up for themselves. Be aware of things on like the internet or on, Instagram. There could be some violence happening today because what does this all mean, right? We talked about yesterday Mercury and Mars. Mercury is the messenger. It's Hermes in Greek mythology. He's the messenger of the gods. He brings all of the information. And Mars is the warrior. And they have been conjunct in Cancer for a few days. Yesterday it was like 0 degrees conjunct. So the energy was really strong between Mercury and Mars yesterday working together. Conjunct is a really good relationship. When you are opposite something, that means it's like, so all these planets are in Cancer. The opposite of Cancer is Capricorn. And in Capricorn, we have Saturn and Pluto, which both are in retrograde. We have the moon, and we also have the South Node. And Saturn and the South Node deal with karma. Pluto deals with transformations, endings, death, rebirth. Pluto rules Scorpio. And so all of those Scorpio vibes are just like, it's almost an opposition between the planets is like, you can't even help it happening. Whatever needs to come out is going to come out. Whatever these planets are pushing you to say or to come out with, that's really going to happen right now. So some of the things that I'm going to suggest with this energy, because it's not just, some people started feeling it last night, like I felt it last night, and it's not just going to last today. It's going to last for another few days because we still have Jupiter sextile Neptune. Jupiter square Neptune. We're still just like in the very small degrees of that. It's slowly moving away from each other, but it's still there. Saturn is still sextile Neptune as well. And so some of the things that I want you to remember, some of the comments that I got yesterday was like, I'm not sleeping, or I'm not able to relax, or I'm really fatigued and really tired. It's really funny because I was wide awake last night. Usually I try and fall asleep like around 10, 11 o'clock so I can I'm a person that really needs like 8 hours of sleep. Otherwise I'm kind of a bear. 8 hours or more. We'll put it that way. I woke up at like 4 o'clock this morning and could not fall back to sleep. And I had to get up at 7 because I had an appointment this morning. And so I kind of drifted off a little bit, maybe got like a half an hour of sleep between 4 and 7. But I was just like, I can feel my body buzzing. And at the same time, I'm like a zombie. I'm like, oh my God, I cannot stay awake. So it's kind of one of those things where you, like, part of you may feel like you can't sleep, and my hair is like a friggin' disaster. Life, you guys. Life so happened to me this morning. Look at this frizz ball. It's great. Okay, I know you guys don't care. ADD, big time. Lots of ADD. But so this energy, the things that I want to suggest for you guys to take care of yourselves is if you have a serious conversation, like if it has to be done today, I want you to meditate and breathe before you have the serious conversation. Like be mindful, right? I wish I could sell this t-shirt. It's not mine and I don't have rights to sell it. So I really wish I could, but um there are some other really awesome t-shirts on my website if you go there. Anyways, be mindful. Meditate before you have really serious conversations. When I say meditate, just take some really deep breaths. Count to 10, breathe all the way into your solar plexus and allow yourself to relax and allow your mind to clear and allow yourself to just exist, right? You want to keep a high vibration today, and it's not going to be the easiest thing to do. Like I'm drinking rose hibiscus tea right now because it really helps raise my vibration. And I'm wearing my crystal necklace because it really helps raise my vibration. These are the handmade crystal necklaces that I'm selling on my website under the merch tab. And man, they are going really, there were like 3 that sold yesterday. So, and what's really cool is it's a clear crystal quartz and I infuse it with Reiki. Like all the silver work is done. And so, and if you don't, like if you can't get one of my necklaces, get wear something that is infused with energy. Have some kind of talisman that you can wear to kind of like protect you. That's what this does for me. It's kind of a protection thing. It raises my vibration at the same time as protecting. And that's why I wanted to sell something like this. I'm not just trying to plug a product. This is actually to help you guys, right? And if you don't have to have the conversation today, or if you find yourself in the middle of a conversation that's starting to get heated, back up. Back yourself up and say, you know what? Like be aware, be woke, be evolved. Today, out of all days, you want to really watch your step. You want to really take your time in doing things because Mars opposite Pluto just in itself without Mercury involved is really going to make you want to like fight. Anything if you get irritated. That irritation level that would be like normally at a 2 is going to be at a 10 today. Like somebody cuts you off in traffic, you get a little bit irritated. I've had to really like teach myself to not have road rage, like not on a day like Mars and Mercury opposite Pluto. And this isn't just like one day. Like yes, it'll be quicker energy than say the Jupiter square Neptune or the Saturn sextile Neptune energy. It's going to be quicker than that, but it's still going to last for a couple of days, and it started yesterday. So be super, super aware. And I didn't really want to talk about it yesterday because I didn't want to like plant something in your mind for everybody to like brace themselves and like stay home, right? Because I feel like there's a little bit of fear mongering that can happen in astrology sometimes where it's like, everybody watch out, everybody stay home, don't go out, don't do anything, right? If you have the luxury of not going out and not being able to do anything, like I have to go pick up my boys later and it's like a 20-minute, 30-minute drive, depending on the traffic to get there. I'm planning on leaving like an hour before I would normally leave. So I don't have to deal, so I can take my time, right? That's what I mean. Like make sure you're planning yourself and all of the things that you have to do today. I didn't plan any personal readings today. Like, see, that's the thing. It's like, because I know what the astrology is coming, I can kind of sense it and I can kind of see it. I do have one personal reading today, but that's just because it was rescheduled. But I didn't plan any other personal readings to do today, like one-on-ones, because I wanted everybody's energy to kind of be chill and to be relaxed, right? I feel like this person is going to be fine because it's like a regular, right? But anyways, so it's not really that big of a deal. I want you guys, but at the same time, I want you to be ultra aware. And I'm not trying to scare you. Like nobody's going to try and pick a fight with you. Hopefully nobody tries to pick a fight with you. If they do try to pick a fight with you, be the adult, be the evolved one, be mindful, allow yourself to look at them and be like, listen, I am not up for a fight. If you want to come back and revisit this conversation in a few days, I'm game, right? Like, can we wait till can we like stick a pin in this argument until and if they get really mad, just walk away. Seriously, just walk away. And I'm talking to people who, like, you guys know who I'm talking to. I've already had a few people comment about, I'm fighting with my boyfriend, or I'm fighting, I've been fighting with my best friend for a couple of days, or I've been fighting with my boyfriend I'm like, put a pin in the argument, walk away, because y'all are going to say things that you don't mean. You guys are going to say things that you don't mean, and you're going to get angry with each other, and everything's going to explode, and then you're going to come back a couple days later and be like, oh, damn, what did I just do? Right? Don't do it. Because this eclipse season is coming up, and this eclipse on July 2nd, which we will talk about when we get a little bit closer to it, this eclipse is really going to be asking you what is it that you want to keep in your life. And if you have really personal relationships with people right now that you know they're good for you, you don't want to ruin those relationships right now, because they will cut you out. Just like you can cut people out, they will cut you out too. Okay? So mind your manners. Listen to Mama Betsy. Let's see what the cards have to say for today's energy. It's so funny. I went on like a super crazed cleaning frenzy, and it still looks cluttered. I did it yesterday. I like scrubbed everything, like scrubbed my computer down, like all of everything. And it's still, yes. The Virgo in me came out hardcore. Doesn't happen very often. All right, people. Let's see. So I feel like I only talked about 13 minutes. That's actually good. So yesterday, the first card that came out was the Tower. I don't know if anybody remembers that. Today, the first card that came out is the Eight of Cups. Remember what I said, walk away. If it is not going to serve you today, don't get into it. But I also feel like there are some things, like you may get into arguments and you may get into fights, and you may actually realize just how toxic people are to you today. Like it's like a for real thing, where this Eight of Cups is kind of like glaring, like huge road sign in your face saying it is time for you to walk away from this situation for good. There may be some situations like this week, just for the rest of the week into the weekend, where, because that full moon was all about releasing. And if you released some stuff in your life and all of that toxic energy, it's like, it's like time for you to allow yourself, give yourself the permission for you to walk, like you don't have, okay, I get it. You guys know that whenever I'm like channeling hardcore, if you've been watching me for a while, you've seen me do it. I burp when I channel. It's just excess energy that gets stuck in my stomach, because I don't know, it's just weird. It like comes up like that, right? So now I'm burping and like hiccuping at the same time. I only took one little sip. It's not carbonated. Like, I don't get it. Yes. Thank you, Pluto. Right? So then we have the Death card. There will be some endings that happen today. Pluto is all about death and transformation. And it's been in retrograde for a while. It'll go direct. I believe it's in November. And then we have the Two of Wands. What's beautiful about endings is now you can have new beginnings. I am like all sorts of like there's like this bump right here. I am having an issue. Sorry, guys. Whatever. Like, I don't care. My hair just looks like it is just a frizz ball today because it's all muggy outside. There was nothing else I could have done to it but this. So there you go. So the Two of Wands. Yes, the beautiful thing about endings, the beautiful thing about walking away is now you have decisions. Now you have options that are like opened up to you, and you have decisions that you can make, and you can start going in a new direction, and allowing yourself to do that is going to be a really big thing. It might hurt. Some endings are not fun. I've been through a lot of those not fun endings before, but it's time. Judgment, call to action, and the universe is supporting you right now. So one of the things that I really like to tell people is if it's being taken away from you, if something is being taken away from you, see it as a gift. If the universe is literally taking a person out of your life, if they're taking a situation, a job, whatever whatever the universe is ending for you, because you couldn't do it yourself, that's the universal support system, right? It's like I've told this story before. My mom has been in this toxic situation with work for a long time. And she stayed because she's very loyal. She's a Scorpio. She's on the Scorpio Sagittarius cusp. And she stayed because she's very loyal, but they changed, the person that she works for changed things up a little bit, and now her hours were cut. And when she texted me that, she was like super angry about it, and I was like, Mom, that's such a gift. The universe is taking it away from you because it's been so toxic. Like literally, it's like so negative and toxic for her. And I was like, I'm so glad that's great. And she's like, she got like really snap. And this wasn't today. This was a couple weeks ago. She got really snappy with me. And I was like, no, like, stop. Let's talk this through. So like I explained to her that when the universe takes things away from you, it's not always a bad thing. It may feel like it at the time, but the universe always brings you something else that's going to be better for you. And she's close to retirement age. Like, she doesn't need to be working as hard as she does anyways. So I'm really glad that it happened. And I feel like eventually she'll see the blessing within it. But that's my point. This is what I'm saying is try and see the blessing before you get yourself all bent out of shape. Because once the universe removes things from your life, you get to make decisions. You get to make new decisions, and you get to start to plant seeds. I understand, right? And the Seven of Pentacles is so painful when you're waiting. And then you think with the Ten of Swords, I mean, like, this is a really dark reading for today. This is Mars, Mercury opposing Pluto. Because there will be some things that you have got to release in your life. Expectations, situations, environment, people, whatever it is. And, you know, it doesn't always have to be a bad thing. And if you're having problems with, I mean, like, I've been saying this to you guys for quite some time, but all of my readings are on sale right now, and I actually have some openings next week. Like, you wouldn't even have to wait that long to get answers if you need it. I'm also doing one-on-one alignment coaching. If you're not sure where you're supposed to be going and things just keep on getting taken away from you and you have no idea where you're going from there, let's talk, right? It may take one session to get it out. Sometimes it takes more than that. But if you don't know where you're going, there's a reason why you feel stuck. And I'm here to help you with that. Everything is on sale. Most everything is on sale. But these endings that you have to deal with are only bringing you gifts. So let's clarify. I know that Ten of Swords is painful. I get it. And I'm not making light of it at all. The waiting is really painful. The Two of Wands, needing to make that decision because you know that you have to end something in your life and walk away from it because it's not serving you anymore. But how hard is that going to be? That Ten of Swords for me is like going to the worst possible case scenario. But it's also the worst is behind you. So all the things that happened before you had to end it, that was the worst part of the ending. Okay? All right, so let's see what the Eight of Cups is. Alrighty. I'm using the Steampunk Tarot by Barbara Moore. Eight of Wands on the Eight of Cups. Now, I don't want you to be hasty. I know that there are going to be some things that you really have to allow yourself to walk away from. And some of this is going to be really, like some of it's just emotional things that you're holding on to. Some of it is like you are allowing yourself to believe that things have to go a certain way or be a certain way or do a certain thing about all of it. And the more you sit in that, the harder it's going to be, right? So some of those, but that Knight of Wands is like, the Knight of Wands is being wishy-washy, right? It kind of goes along with the Two of Wands as well. Don't be hasty, but at the same time, this is your ego going back and forth. Like, should I walk away? Should I not walk away? Should I walk away? Should I not walk away? Let's see what it is that has to end. I want to see this, what this Death card is. Let's see what's ending here. What is it that we need to allow ourselves to walk away from? Because the Knight of Wands is somebody that can't really make a decision to save his life. Ooh. Some of you are literally having to end relationships. Some of you are having to end the expectation of a relationship. The Lovers on the Death card. That's really funny because when I was shuffling, I was like, it'll be interesting if the Two of Cups came out, but it wasn't the Two of Cups, it was the Lovers. Now, this isn't going to be for everybody, right? Because the Lovers card is also about decisions, making decisions. It's ruled by Mercury, right? Gemini. And it's also about being in alignment with yourself. Your divine masculine and your divine feminine energies coming into alignment. But for some of you, there will be relationships that are not serving you. They could be really, really super karmic, and that's what you're kind of like wishy-washy about, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now, for those of you who are secure in your relationships and you know that you're not walking away from them, that part may not resonate with you. What may resonate with you is the expectation of the relationship, right? There may be some expectations that you have of the relationship. There may be some expectations that you have of the whole concept of twin flames or soulmates or whatever you want to call them. And that's what you're having to end. Because death, again, Pluto, it's about a transition. Usually when things end, that's not the ending of a destination. It's not the complete 100% ending. It's just a transition into a new process in life. It's a transition into a new installment of your life. You're going into a whole brand new cycle. Sometimes the endings of one cycle is really, really painful, right? Okay, so let's see what this Two of Wands, the Nine of Cups. See, once you end whatever it is the transition is asking you to end, the Nine of Cups on the Two of Wands, that's when you get to start choosing and manifesting everything you want. Because that Nine of Cups, don't overindulge right now. Like, overindulging could be a really big problem. Like, don't go out and drink a lot tonight. It's almost like worse to do it tonight than it would be for a full moon. Seriously, don't do it. I highly, highly recommend not going out and drinking tonight. I mean, I know it's only Wednesday, but some people go out on Wednesdays and drink because it's hump day. So, but the Nine of Cups is the wish card, right? It's getting everything that you've ever wanted. So now, and so that's the way you have to look at this, is now you get to actually make decisions on what you really want in life. But there are some expectations that you're going to have to let go of. So we have the Ten of Wands on Judgment. I know it's hard work. Having that faith and knowing that the universe is taking care of you, it's not easy. It's not easy, but it's totally worth it, right? And the universe is saying you're almost there. With that Ten of Wands, it's like you have been on this journey for a really long time. You just got to release one little extra thing, right? The Tower came yesterday. Death is today. All sorts of Scorpio vibes. Mars and Pluto. And what do we have on the Seven of Pentacles? If you're just patient, you've already planted your seeds. If you're just patient, you get that Six of Wands. And what's the Six of Wands? It's victory. It's being recognized. It's being acknowledged. But keep planting those seeds. The only way you can plant your seeds is if the garden has totally been cleared out and you've tilled it. I don't know if there are any gardeners out there, but you know that if you, and I'm not like a really big gardener, but you have to start with a fresh surface. Before you start planting the seeds, you have to start with a fresh surface, right? And that's what the universe is trying to do to you. The Seven of Pentacles is all about planting the seeds. It's being recognized how hard you've been working. It has not gone unnoticed how hard you've been working. So keep going. Keep going, keep going. Let's see what this Ten of Swords is, because I feel like no matter how much positivity could come in from this reading, how much positivity I could like throw in here with everything that's going on, there are some of you out there that are just going to be in that, damn, woe is me, this shit hurts. And I get it, because some of it is going to hurt real bad. But that doesn't mean that you quit. I mean, if I quit every single time I got hurt in my life or something was taken away from me, I would not be here today. Let's just put it that way. Like a couple of times over. Okay? So don't quit. Keep going. It's not the end of the world. And you're being groomed. You are being groomed. You are growing. The universe is grooming you so you can help others in the same situation. So you can be there for others, right? Ten of Swords. Ooh, look at that. There is seriously somebody, one of you out there, maybe I'm talking to a couple of you. You guys know that you have to end the relationship, the tie that you're in, or the expectation of it. The Two of Cups on the Ten of Swords. Remember how I said, I bet the Two of Cups, it'll be funny if the Two of Cups come out on death? Some of you are really going to lose a relationship. And as painful as that makes me feel, I don't feel like this relationship was right. I don't feel like it was good for you. I feel like it was sucking you dry. I feel like it was something very, very toxic, and you weren't allowing yourself to believe it. You kept hanging on and hanging on. Oh no, it'll change. It's going to get better. We're twin flames. I'm supposed to hang on. Girl, boy, you do not hold on to something because of a label. If it is toxic, it is toxic. If it is holding you back in life, that means it's toxic. If you don't know if it's holding you back or not, some of you released this with the full moon, and now you're feeling the effects of it. Now you're feeling the pain already. Like this isn't going to be a physical thing that's happening because you already released it. It already happened, right? The pain of it already happened, and then you released it, and now the energy today is making you feel really, really angry about it. Get that anger out. Allow yourself to feel angry. It's okay. It is okay for you to feel angry today. But don't take your anger out on somebody else. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck, and then we'll close up. Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles asks you, where are you placing your energies? Are you giving it to people, places, and things that are giving back to you, or are you giving it to people, places, and things that are no longer serving you? You know? So, whoever this reading is for, like, I feel the pain, right? But I want you to remember that there's victory. And I want you to remember that now, once you release the energy of that toxic person or that toxic relationship or the idea, the toxic idea of a relationship that you really, really wanted, because sometimes just the idea of it is toxic, not the actual person, not the actual energy, but the idea that you have in your head is toxic. Once you release that, You have decisions to make to take you to your dreams. 9 of Cups. And I know some of you are kind of going back and forth on like, do I walk away or do I not walk away? You know, if you even have to ask yourself if you need to walk away, you walk away. Like, that's your answer. You're being taken care of. Very much so. You're being taken care of by the universe, and your hard work has been very much recognized. And don't allow yourself to get caught up in, it's like the saying, some people just fall in love with the idea of being in love, not with the actual person, or not with the actual, like, not what love or relationship actually is. A person in your life should be part of your growth process, not holding you back. And the person in your life, if they trigger you, it's in your best interest. It's not to point out your flaws or tell you how horrible of a person you are or tell you that you need to change. No, that's not what growth is. That's not what positive triggering is, right? When a person is genuinely wanting you to grow in a relationship, you'll know because you'll feel it and it'll feel really good, right? Not like the tingly physical feeling really good. It'll feel good in your soul because that person has your best interests in mind. If you are with a person that only looks after themselves, if you are with a person that likes to make you wait or ghost you or anything like that, I don't think so. It's time to focus your attention on yourself, give your energy back to you, okay? Again, necklaces, they're going really fast. I only have 7 left, and they're all handmade. Every single one of them is different. So if you need a little extra protection in your life, I infuse it with Reiki before I send it to you. It's just a beautiful necklace. It's just simple, like me. It's so simple. Also, all of my merchandise, everything is figure outable. This is kind of a perfect mug for today. Like, if you're going through some shit, everything is figure outable. Don't forget about that. You can also get, like, all my other t-shirts. You can get the sayings on there, speaking of t-shirts. And you can also get my t-shirts. I don't sell this t-shirt. Again, I wish I did, but I don't. But there are other super amazing t-shirts on my website. If you're wondering where to find all of that, it's in the merchandise section on my website. At the very top, you'll see merch, and just click on it, and it'll have like a drop down when you go to jewelry or apparel. And all of my readings are on sale right now. They start at $30. So go check it out. Also, the one-on-one alignment sessions. And I believe that we have a date for Chicago. It's not up on my website yet, but I believe the first weekend in August. So it's like August, I believe it's going to be on the 3rd. That's when I'll be in Chicago. So I'll keep you guys updated. So far we have Kansas City is next Friday. If you want to come see me in Kansas City, make sure you're getting your tickets. And St. Louis is on July 6th. It's a Saturday. It'll be in the afternoon, which I've never done before, so that's going to be really fun. And something just popped up on my computer. So weird. No. Thank you, HP. Oh, and then Chicago. Also, Los Angeles is August, the weekend of August 23rd. So, I think that's it. Those are all the announcements. If you stayed and listened for all the announcements, I love you. Have a wonderful day. Please, please, please stay in your lane. I don't just mean while you're driving. I mean, stay in your lane. Don't get caught up in all the bullshit that's going on today. Be really, really good to yourselves. Take good care of yourselves. Salt bath, sage, protection, protection, protection on your aura. Not in, like, protection everywhere, because Pluto also rules sex. Thank you very much. Don't do anything stupid. but protection in your aura and your energy as well. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.